Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and do a chit chat, get ready with me, just kind of like hang out. I have some stories and things I wanted to share with you guys that transpired during my little break from YouTube and all that stuff. So that sounds cool. Stick around because I'm about to get into it. But before I do, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because it really does help me out a lot and it is always greatly appreciated. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So, a couple months back, it was like a month ago. It was in April. Let's just say that because it's true. So in April, it was Pat's birthday, and I wanted to do something special for him. And his sister also had something planned that was special for him. She wanted to go ahead and do a surprise birthday party for him, because we didn't really get to do that for his last birthday. She wanted to do something special, and you know, with the big vid and all that stuff going on, we weren't able to do it. So, sworn to secrecy, party of me, and she'd asked me, you know, if I could think of some people that I wanted to invite to the birthday and all that jazz. So we were in on it together. She and I were trying to plan this thing, and she's bringing in, you know, family from all over to do this big celebration, and she's catering it. You know, there's food, all this fun stuff. It's gonna be amazing, really, really exciting. And you guys know I love Pat so much. I want him to have the best of everything. I was all for it. Fantastic idea. This was like, I think it was about a week and a half before his birthday. We were talking about it, and she's doing all the planning and stuff and reaching out to people, and you know, it's getting around time and it's pretty exciting. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I want to do something of my own. Got a little makeup in my hair there, cool. Let's just rub that in. It's gonna look great. So in the midst of all that, I'm thinking I want to do something of my own for Pat for his birthday, just special, just, you know, for me. So I'm online and I'm on TikTok of all places, and I come across these people who are doing this review about this place called Barton G. And it looks like this really fun, cool freaking restaurant. So I'm watching their reviews, and I don't know, it just looked like, it just looked fun. I'm gonna pop some pictures up here and videos and share it with you guys throughout this thing, so you've got an idea of what it is I'm talking about. It's kind of like a back in the day vibe, Farrell's, or almost like an adult Dave and Buster's minus the video games. It's just this really quirky, fun, crazy like food experience, and they have really amazing cocktails, and they just go all out making things just incredibly unique. And I thought this is a perfect idea because I know it's a dinner, but it's like, it's a dinner that's actually like fun and interactive and silly. So I don't know, I thought it would just be something just like extra special, and it's pretty much what I was looking for. Now, the prices were not really what I was looking for. It was expensive, but you know what? Worth every penny. And I'm so glad that we went because we did have a really good time, and the food was incredible. It was just like, I don't know, I got this really amazing seafood pasta, and Pat got steak, and you know, we were talking to this lady who was sitting next to us. She was there with her daughter, and they got this dessert that I was hoping that Pat would get, and it's this big old $100 bill that they bring out, and then they light this faux gold bar looking thing, and it turns into like this melted ice cream. I don't know, it's just really cool, really creative, really fun. One of the things that was kind of a bummer was that Pat was starting to feel, you know, under the weather, and he has asthma, so we didn't really know exactly what was going on. We have at-home tests, so we did do a rapid test on him, and it was negative, and we did another test, and it was negative. So there were 2 tests in, and you know, we let consecutive days pass, and then, you know, test again, and it's coming up negative. So we go out on his birthday, and he's really not feeling that great. It was on April 1st, April Fool's Day. He's not 100% like, oh my gosh, horrible, but he's starting to feel a little lousy, and that might be why he didn't get the like full enjoyment of, you know, the whole experience. But I'm thinking, oh God, I hope he starts feeling better. In a couple of days, there is this surprise birthday party coming up for him. And obviously, I haven't said anything because surprise. So I'm hoping, because there's been many times that he's been under the weather, and he's able to shake it off within a couple of days. So I'm thinking it's not going to last. It's going to be okay. We know it's not the big vid. A couple days later, it hit him like a freaking ton of bricks. I mean, it was bad. It was like we ended up getting a hold of his doctor to get him some antibiotics and all that jazz to make sure that he was taken care of, and it wasn't getting better. It was getting worse, and we're inching toward the big surprise birthday day, and yeah, and he's feeling really, really crappy. So, oh God, he's laid up in bed, and I start, I even had my mom and her husband were going to come out, and her husband's been not so well, but he loves Pat, and they were going to come for the birthday party and all that stuff. So here we are, day of the birthday, and Pat is laid out in bed. He's not freaking going anywhere. He's incredibly sick, and it's freaking terrible. It was actually making me really nervous because he already struggles to breathe, and it was a respiratory thing, and it was just, it was pretty freaking scary. But he had already told his sister, he called her and had canceled, so she knew about it, and I called my mom and I said, oh, this is what's going on. Unfortunately, the party's not going to happen, so don't get in the car and bring Dennis and all that stuff. You guys stay home and do your thing. Just, it is what it is right now. I'm just like focusing on getting Pat well. So I didn't say anything, even on the day. I didn't say a word. I was like, okay, I don't want him to feel, because I felt like I was in a weird position. I knew obviously about the surprise party, but I didn't want to make him feel bad that he couldn't be there, that because if he'd shown up, I didn't want to risk getting everybody else sick, that kind of thing. And there would have been nothing that he could do. It's like, hey, by the way, there's this awesome surprise party going on for you. Just wanted you to know. So I'm still not saying anything because, yeah, I didn't want him to feel worse than he already did. But it wasn't more than like midday that his dad, or who was it? Someone in the family member called him and had everyone FaceTime and sing him happy birthday. And I could tell by the look on his face that because he hadn't been able to go and be a part of it, he was really freaking bummed. So not only was he feeling sick, but he was just completely bummed out that he couldn't be there to spend that time with his family. So my heart broke for him. Freaking terrible. I mean, so the only thing we ended up doing was that dinner to, that fun, crazy restaurant, Bart and Jean. I'm glad that we did, because at least, we got to do something. And we ended up going over and visiting his sister, afterwards, and, having a nice lunch. And we recently went over to his family that's, a couple hours away from where we live, to hang out for Mother's Day and that kind of thing. And that was good. We got to spend the time, and that was, well, I mean, it's not going to make up for the birthday, but the important thing is that got to be with family. Okay, so I'm going to stop here with the skin for right now, and I want to go ahead and do something for the eyes, just like a little bit of light shadow, that kind of thing. Nothing crazy, because I'm just going to go out and run some errands and get some stuff done for the house. But I still want to play with some eyeshadow because we're here, why not? So fast forward to Mother's Day. Let's do that. Let's cut to Mother's Day, and we ended up going to see his family. Like I said, we spent some time out there, and it was nice. There was, we got there kind of early, and there was going to be like this barbecue moment over at his cousin's house. So we're hanging out with his aunt and uncle and just kind of spending time and doing that whole deal, having the nice visit in the morning. Had a little bite to eat and just kind of like hung out. It was full family day. So before Mother's Day, let's say, I ended up finally going out to Vegas and spending time with Jody and the family. I hadn't seen them in like 8 months. It felt like forever since I had seen my best friend, my family, like face to face. So I was really excited to get out there. And the weird thing is that every time, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I had tried to get out to Vegas repeatedly. Repeat over and over and over, and every time I would try and get out there, something would happen that would prevent me from going. It was the weirdest thing. I can't explain why, but something would come up and I wouldn't be able to make it, either on my end or her end. So it had been literally 8 months since I'd been out there and seen anybody. It's like, it was so weird. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but I couldn't get out there. And she had come out here, but where's my concealer? But she wasn't able to get out to where we were. She was over kind of far away. It's like Palmdale. It's kind of a heck of a drive. So, and it was only for the day. So she didn't come by that time. And I don't know. It just was this weird thing. So I was so glad that I was able to get out there and visit, because yeah, it just felt like it had been forever, you know? It's like, it's family, and I just wanted to visit with her. So I stayed with her for 3 days, and we got to make up for her birthday celebration because I didn't get to, you know, amidst the months that I didn't get out there, her birthday had come and gone. We were actually in, we were in Kauai when her birthday was, you know, popping off, when it was all happening. So I didn't get to spend her birthday with her. So I wanted to make up for that. We went to Circus to go ride the roller coasters. And it used to be, before, you know, everything went freaking crazy, that you could pay for one ride and go and do the thing and then, you know, go on your merry way. You didn't have to pay for the full experience. You could just go ahead and, you know, have that one roller coaster ride. There's one there that she really likes, and I thought, okay, cool, I'll treat her to a roller coaster moment, and then we'll go do a little gambling, we'll have a little fun. I didn't win anything, by the way, just so you know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But here's the weird thing, they changed the rules, and you can't ride just one ride, you have to ride all of them. So you gotta pay $60, I think that's the minimum, per person to go ahead and enjoy the rides that are there at Circus. Well, we only wanted to ride one ride, and $60 seemed a little hefty for that one ride. So we opted out of doing that, and we went ahead and played a little bit of Keno and a little bit of, what do you call it? There's like this slot machine that she was playing, because her last birthday that we'd gone there, she ended up winning like $1,500 or something like that. I mean, this time around we didn't win anything, but here's something that happened. I was playing this Charlie and the Chocolate Factory machine, and I was having so much fun, and it was doing all this stuff, and then it kind of like fizzled out. So I went and I sat next to her, and I was playing this other machine. Someone sat down at the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory machine and hit a decent jackpot. Wouldn't you know it? I was just sitting there going, yeah, that's about right. We had a really good time, and I'm so glad that I got to get out there and visit. And, you know, I'm already planning another return trip because, you know, it's family and you want to spend time with people that you love. And we always have fun out there in Vegas. Another thing I wanted to share with you guys that was kind of fun that we did is that we went out with my aunt. I'm looking for a different brush here because I want to deepen this a little bit with a darker shadow. Not too crazy, but something just to make it a little bit more something. Yeah, so, okay, like that, that's good. Just want to add a little bit more definition here and a little more depth to the crease. So my aunt and I, we were talking about, you know, just getting together and having a little lunch and hanging out. She's the baby of, you know, the sibling. She's the baby, and I'm here in California, I'm the baby, and in Northern California, I'm the big sister, which is really weird, but that's just the way it kind of is. Confusing? Yes, but it's true. So, I don't know, I always feel like my aunt and I, we just click. You know, I love my family, but I feel a certain camaraderie with my aunt. I couldn't explain it. I just do. I just really dig her personality, and she's fun to hang with. So we decided to go to this place, a smorgasbord that she had found online. It's in LA, and it's like, oh, okay, you know, cool. We'll go check it out on a weekend. And Pat wanted to go ahead and come with us. I'd never been before, and what it is, I didn't look into it. I just saw the pictures of all this like amazing food, and I thought, oh yeah, I want to go. Sign me up. Sounds great. Let's go. You know, hang out, have some fun, and see what's the what. It's a bunch of different like food trucks and booths that they set up, and they have like little markets and shopping, and they'll set up stores and stuff like that. It's like almost like a flea market with all these like best of the best food trucks and things like that. And as cool as that sounds, and it was freaking cool. It was packed to the freaking gills. Oh my God, there were so many people there, and understandably, you know, because dude, it was a freaking experience. When you want to talk about lines to like go ahead and try stuff, I mean, they were just epic. People everywhere, just crowding everywhere, and it was like blazing hot sun. They didn't have a lot of seating. It was almost like they weren't prepared for the amount of people that were going to show up, which I don't know. It's what it seemed like to me. So we're there and we're wandering around, and we want to like try stuff, but every time you get into a line, it's like super long. And then if you order something, because I think she got in line to try something that she read about that she really wanted to try. She's a foodie, and you know, it was like something she was like super excited about it. And we were all excited when we got there. It was like really cool. But once she got in line and was like asking about placing her order, it took a while for her to get, you know, through the line, and then, you know, it was going to take another 45 minutes to an hour for her to get her order. So we decided that we were going to walk around and look a little bit at the places and see what's the what, and just, you know, experience it a little bit, but maybe make a date to come back at a later time earlier in the morning when we could actually enjoy it. So she ended up not ordering anything, and we decided to go ahead and go to a place that we really like called Gaucho Grill and have lunch and hang out and do that whole freaking deal. And that all turned out fine and good. We had a server there, and I guess my perspective is different because I've done this for years. You guys know I work in food. I've done it for a very long time. So it was a young girl, and you know, they were pretty busy. I think the place is kind of understaffed, and it seems like it's a revolving door because we've been there, you know, several times, and they're always understaffed. I feel like they can't keep employees. There's a reason for that. I don't know why. And this young lady, she was so sweet, and she was doing her thing. First they sat us outside. She wasn't our initial server. We had someone else. They sat us outside, and there was someone there playing that day, and the music was really nice, but it was cranked up so loud we couldn't hear ourselves having a conversation. And you know, my aunt, nobody was really digging it. It was beautiful music, but it was just so aggressively loud that, yeah, we decided we wanted to go ahead and, you know, move indoors and sit somewhere a little bit quieter. Well, it was difficult to find a place that was quieter. It was what it was. So we're like, okay, you know, we're here. Let's just have a bite to eat, you know, because we couldn't do the smorgasbord. It was too crowded, and we're like, we're at this restaurant, and we know the food's good. If we just, you know, get the food and have a moment, we'll be all fine and good. Well, we didn't have the most attentive server. Let me just, you know, get right down to brass tacks. She was having fun, you know, talking with her friends and doing that whole deal. And I could see that was happening. But for me, I don't know, I have more of an understanding because I've been there, you know. It's like she might be completely new. Maybe she's never waited tables before, and she's trying. I can see, like, there's many different things that can, like, come into play where something like that would happen. So I wasn't, like, upset or anything like that. But I can tell that, you know, Pat and my aunt, you know, were getting a little frustrated because she was kind of like ignoring us. And we had waited a while for water and, you know, a couple things that would be pretty easy to bring to the table. And she was hanging out behind the bar just kind of chatting. Maybe not the best look, but I don't know, I was still on her side. I was still kind of like, okay, well, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. So they have people that are running food and all that jazz. And, you know, the food came out and it was wonderful. And we ended up having a really great time. And so, you know, we're just laughing and talking, and we still left a nice tip. No need to not do that. She's a young kid and she's still learning. So she got a nice tip, and then we went on about our day. And that's just the way it freaking goes. But was the service that great? No. Did I understand? Yeah, because, you know, like I said, she's probably just new. And I think from my experience, it's a lot easier for me to see both sides of the coin and just be like, you know, it is what it is. We still had fun, and it was all good. So my aunt came back here with us and was hanging out at the house for a while, and we were having just the funnest time laughing and, you know, just shooting the breeze, talking about random crap. And, you know, because my mom had come to stay for this family gathering we had several months ago, and she had this interest in this, what do you call it, I told you guys already, this foundation that she tried here. And so, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out and having a laugh, and she had said to me that she wanted to start juicing, you know, just kind of healthy, do a whole cleanse thing. Well, we have a juicer here, and it's one that I had bought for Pat, I want to say like a year ago, maybe over a year, and he never freaking uses it. So I thought, hey, you know, do you want to go ahead and have this juicer? And she had said, yeah, you know, I'd love to. I'm going to go ahead and use this Master Chrome today. I'm like, I want to be subtle, and then I'm just going to get this big old highlighter and bust it out and have a shiny face, which sounds freaking great right about now. So back to the juicing. She wants to, you know, make the healthy decision and, yeah, start juicing and do that whole deal. And I said, hey, Pat, you know, do you mind if I give her the juicer? Because, you know, you're not really using it. I think it's kind of, for him, he didn't want to deal with it. He'd rather go and buy the fresh juice than have to juice himself, because it does require some cleaning and all that jazz. And he just wasn't super into it. So, you know, whatever. He's like, yeah, no problem. He also has, it's like the little blender deal that has a cup on it, and you just go ahead and push it down, and you can blend up your own juice and make a single serving, yada yada yada. And I think he preferred that, and so it was all fine and good. I wish I had known before I spent $100 and some odd bucks on it, but it all worked out fine because, you know, I got a new home with my aunt, and I gave her the juicer. She goes home, and then later she sends me a text message that the main component, which is like this circular plastic thing that you can press down on the fruit that'll turn it, or vegetables, and turn it into juice, was not in the box. I don't know how I missed that. I don't know what the hell happened, but I searched around for it. I found it in our cupboard, and I said, hey, you know what? I can go ahead and bring it over now and drop it off. She's like, no, you know, it's kind of late in the day. Don't worry about it. If you want to go ahead and just mail it, or we'll, you know, if we get together in a couple of weeks and I'll go ahead and grab it then. So we were kind of going back and forth a little bit because I was like, dude, I could just bring it to you now. It's no big deal. And she's like, no, it's fine. I just want to relax and don't worry about it, this, that, and the other. So I go and I mail it off, and like a week passes, and she hits me up and she's like, hey, you know, I was just wondering, do you know what happened to the attachment, because I haven't received it yet. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, how weird. You should have gotten it by now. Well, weeks passed. I don't know. She didn't get it. So I go back to UPS where I sent it off. I didn't have a receipt, nothing. I had a little of the information where they were able to find it on the computer, and it turns out that it had just left. She lives like literally an hour, maybe less from me, maybe less, seriously. And a week later, it was still in like the station to where it was finally leaving en route to where she lives. And it was just so weird. Talk about snail mail. It was just kind of ridiculous, but she did finally get it, and she's now on her juicing quest, which is fabulous. And she likes it. I had no idea. If I'd known it was going to take that long, seriously, I would have just gone ahead and dropped it off at her house, because I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I did not see that coming, but you know, live and learn. It's just the random crap that happens. These are the little lemonades that I got when we were at the smorgasbord. One I got for Pat was like a ginger one, and mine was like a strawberry mint deal that I got. I think it was mint. I can't really remember. I'll have to look it up if I can find it. But these are so cute. I held on to them because, yeah, they're freaking adorable. They were really expensive though. Both of these together after tax, 26 bucks for a special lemonade with little flower flecks inside. I bought that. You know, so interesting stuff that I just want to sit down and chat with you guys about and, you know, create a look. And now I've got some stuff to go ahead and do. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.